Hi, Eli and Maddie, Daddy here. I'm feeling much more heartened and stronger, and as you can probably tell from my speaking voice, and I really hope you guys are doing well and are still healthy and happy and eating good food and aren't going too crazy inside. So today's crazy story, it is Saturday on Easter, it's Easter Sunday tomorrow. Today's crazy story is incredibly recent. In fact, it's probably the most recent crazy story, apart from this whole global pandemic. Um, about 2 weeks ago, my friend and colleague Rachel Hayward, who is a musician but also a scientist, and she also writes children's books, contacted me to ask if she could use a 5-year-old photograph of me, as in a photograph of me at 5 years old, not a photograph that is 5 years old, as the basis of a character in her new children's book, which she's writing obviously because we all have so much time on our hands stuck indoors. So I said, naturally, I was flattered. I said, yes, what's the character? And from a scientific viewpoint, she wants to write a children's book explaining the course of this virus to children. And so your Daddy's 5-year-old face is going to become the face of coronavirus in a children's book for this and hopefully future generations. So that's a little crazy, but also rather wonderful. So today I might try and go for a walk, because although we're discouraged to, and it's responsible to not do, I've been indoors too long, and we are technically allowed to go out for a brief walk once a day. So I may go for a walk a bit later, and if I do, I shall maybe film a little video for you. But before that, I'm going to go and watch Columbo, because it's on TV and I love Columbo. It's one of my favourite shows, and you'll probably get to know it one day. In fact, I once had tickets to meet Peter Falk, who plays Columbo and had played him in over 50 different series and films. And yeah, he was going to be reading from his memoir at Piccadilly Circus's Waterstones, and me and my ex-girlfriend went down there. And sadly, when we got to the bookshop, in the window there was a large notice saying that he'd cancelled. It didn't give a reason why. And we found out a few months later in the media that he was dying. And so I never did get to meet Peter Falk. Although for a long time in my old flat in Notting Hill, I had a big poster of him as Columbo on my wall, which I was very pleased with. Actually, funnily enough, the only other person that I always wanted to meet and didn't get to meet, but had tickets to meet again, was the great German baritone Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, who should really have been a Helden tenor, but and he was due to do Schubert's Schwanengesang at, I think, the Queen Elizabeth Hall, Southbound. Yeah, I think it was there. And again, we have found out that he'd cancelled, and then he died shortly afterwards as well. That was a shame. I never got to see him, although I have met, seen, or worked with some unbelievable names, which I'll deal with in another video. So just a pure name-dropping video, that one will be. But anyway, Daddy loves you always, and take care, and yes, I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.